Going to be a winner here, but for me, both these sides are winners for the effort they put in and the display they put on for everybody inside this stadium and around the world. It really has been a great day to be involved with football.
So for the second year running, the FA Cup is to be decided on penalties. Glory awaits one team, purgatory the other. But both sets of players have given absolutely everything. Which of them can now hold their nerve? And which of the keepers can be a hero? A fitting, tense and dramatic conclusion awaits.
Didi Hatman will take the first kick for Liverpool against Shaka Hislop, the man who a year ago thought his career was just about over. He didn't dream, I'm sure, that he would be in this kind of situation. Hatman against Hislop and scores eventually. Very cool, right?
No, it's a well-taken penalty. I think that Alan Wiley spoke to the goalkeepers before to say, look, I don't want you coming forward off the line, where we've seen a lot of goalkeepers in the past. They're allowed to move along the line, but not to come forward. And we've seen a lot of that happening, and certainly there Xhaka stayed on his line when normally they might be a couple of yards forward.
Bobby Zamora, oh, he saved it! Well, he has such a reputation for keeping out penalty kicks. And he's come up with another blinding stop here. Pepe Reina.
That was a tremendous save. He's taken a step forward, but he's got to really stretch into that bottom corner. And it's a good penalty, to be fair, but Pepe Reina, that's a fabulous save. That really is.
Made saves in a penalty shootout for Villarreal, his former club, in the final of the Intertoto Cup against Atletico Madrid. Pepe Reina, that got them through to the UEFA Cup proper. And he's made a lot of saves too in 90-minute games. Here comes Herpio. Oh, that's been saved as well.
Well, that really was a tired penalty, if ever I've seen one. His body language as he comes up to it there, he doesn't make good contact with it at all, and it's a very comfortable save for Shaka Hislop to make. So, you know, I think as Paul Walsh talked about, you know, tiredness in this penalty shootout, and that certainly showed.
Teddy Sheringham. Can he beat Reina? He can! Sheringham celebrates, so do the West Ham faithful behind that goal. Come on, come on. That's the cry from the veteran striker.
You don't get a cooler person under pressure than Teddy Sheringham. I've seen him throughout his career, and if ever you wanted somebody in a penalty shootout to come out and take a vital one, then he would be the man.
1-1. Steven Gerrard. Such a hero in the match itself. Eyes staring, focused, and he scores.
You know, I think of these penalty shootouts, it's all about making good contact with the ball, striking it as firmly as you can. If you try and be clever at these penalty shootouts, I think goalkeepers will suss you out, and they've got chances of making saves against you. But when they hit with the sort of power Gerrard hit the ball, then you've got no chance, even if you go the right way.
Konchesky. Reina again. Not sure it was right back on his line.
No, he's getting further and further away, and I'm not sure, you know, if Alan Wiley might have a word with him, but certainly Konchesky tried to hit it down the middle. A lot of players in these situations do, because goalkeepers tend to go one way or the other, and Reina was still agile enough to get his feet to it and knock it away.
Alan Pardew fears the worst. John Arnorisa, the spotlight is on him now. Confronting him is Shaka Hislop, but it was too strong from Risa. 3-1.
Straight down the middle. Risa knows how vital that is. He's just hit it with power, kept his head down. To be fair, the same as Konchesky is, but but unfortunately for his lob, he couldn't get his feet up to knock it away.
It's Ferdinand, saved again by Reina, and Liverpool have won the FA Cup. Pepe Reina may not have had the best of days in the match itself, but goodness me, he has been a hero in the penalty shootout, and it's Liverpool's day after all.
Well, as you rightly say, I'm sure Pepe Reina will look at his 90 minutes and think, that's probably one of the most inconsistent games I've had this season for Liverpool. But when it mattered in the penalties, he came up with trumps. And certainly 2 of the 3 saves he made was absolutely magnificent and deserves all the praise now that he's getting from his teammates.
Wild celebrations, and he's the man of the moment. Ferdinand's kick kept up by Reina. He gets the right way. Was that 3 saves?
3 saves. The first one was tremendous. The second one was maybe a little bit fortunate. That one there, certainly, I think Anton Ferdinand would say that he didn't hit it as well as he'd like to have done. But Reina's still got to go the right way, and he's still got to get something on it. And he did it, and full credit to him.
The FA Cup is heading for Merseyside, winners of the first final here at the Millennium Stadium 5 years ago, and now they've won the last one as well. But goodness me, there was some drama along the way, and he will be a very, very relieved man. And, well, no wonder, absolute despair and dejection for those who have followed the team in claret and blue. Very much the underdogs, but 2 goals up at one stage. Back came Liverpool, a thrilling match, and then the final drama of the penalty shootout, which has gone Liverpool's way. Such bitter disappointment for Alan Pardew and his team. Their first FA Cup final since 1980, winners as the underdogs that day, but not this time. Alan Harewood, who worked so hard, as Liverpool extend their winning sequence to 12 games and present Rafa Benitez, their likeable and much respected coach, with his first domestic trophy at the end of an extraordinary afternoon. It's finished Liverpool 3, West Ham 3, but Liverpool win 3-1 on penalties.
So now, ladies and gentlemen,
Unforgettable afternoon, and in truth, and I'm sure all of you watching around the world will agree with me, there are no losers today. This has been a memorable final, and all credit to West Ham for the part that they have played in it, as Nigel Reo-Coker, their young captain, leads up his beleaguered troops, but they should be, Ray Clements, very proud of their contribution today.
Well, you just got to look at the stadium. The whole stadium is up. Every Liverpool supporter is applauding West Ham's efforts. Every single one. As West Ham fans have stayed because they know how much effort these lads in white have put in. And the Liverpool fans are full of praise for them as well, because everybody, they know how hard they've pushed Liverpool. They've pushed Liverpool to the very, very limits in terms of it was Liverpool who looked physically the side that were more tired in the end. They're not the winners, but to every West Ham fan, they can be going back down that motorway tonight being very, very proud of their team's efforts.
A big consolation too, of course. They will be in Europe, they will be in the UEFA Cup next season for the first time in almost 30 years, because of course Liverpool will be playing in the Champions League. But it's wonderful to see the response and reception given to the West Ham players by, as Ray was saying, they're all the Liverpool fans as well, all rising as one to salute West Ham at their contribution.
Well, you look at the Liverpool players walking up here.
walking?
Struggling to get up those stairs.
That is a measure of how much these players have put in today, how much they have grafted. Sammy Herpier, who back at the start of the season didn't think he'd be involved in another major final, I'm sure. Pepe Reina, the hero then of the shootout. But so many heroes from both teams in this epic FA Cup final. It's always going to be hard for Alan Pardew and his West Ham team, but 2-0 up, they must have thought they had a wonderful chance of winning it. Cisse, another who can hardly struggle there along the rostrum. And Steven Gerrard, what a hero, the Players' Player of the Year. A year ago held aloft so excitedly the European Champions League trophy. Now it's the FA Cup, another proud moment for this magnificent player. The heartbeat of the Liverpool team, a hero for the red half of Merseyside, hopefully for England too. And the FA Cup